Hey garden friends, I want to invite you along to go on a iris tour. My iris are just doing so gorgeous this year, and it's a pity not to share them. I know you're going to enjoy them, so we will just get right into it. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Okay, let's get touring. Let's start our iris tour right back here behind the garden bench in the entrance garden. There's so many other things blooming, but today we're focusing in on just the iris. Now, I did this video a few days ago, I think 5-6 days ago, and just so many more opened, so I'm redoing it. Oh, this one I'm trying to prop up. I think the gophers undermined it, but this is Australian Rose from Sutton's Iris Garden. So pretty. So let's take an overview. The sun's just coming over the trees. You can hear the birds. Hope you can hear the mountain chickadee. So this is all about the iris. This one's leaning over, reaching for the sun. I will prop it up. Look at this one. So many colors. I love it when each cane or stem has so many blooms on it. This one is called Superstition. It's beautiful. I have a repeat of it further down, and then this one is Beverly Sills. I will confess that I don't know all of the names of the irises here. Now this one back here is the same as the front, or the first one we did, which was, let me zoom in a little bit for you, which was leaning over. It's more blue than is actually showing up in the camera. But so just imagine it, a little hint towards the more blue side. We're just going down one side and then we'll go down the other. Now look at this one. I love to pick unusual colors. And that's one of them. Again, I don't remember the name. Some of them I've had to move quickly around the garden and I didn't always map it. So, unfortunately, I do not have all the names. I've gotten these from several different iris, not several, a few. One is Shriners, one is Iris Gardens in Oregon, one is Sutton's Iris Gardens in Idaho, and the other is Superstition Iris Gardens that's here in California that I have gone to visit. Look at this beauty. So that's the one side. Let's go back down the other. This is my cat's meow nepeta or nepeta. So down this side, some have come up here in the pathway, which I will remove those. But this beauty here, such a neat color. And then I'll scoot back here to this one. This one is one of those that I like that gets the little horns on them. These little things right here. The beard tips up. Now this one, when I posted it on my Instagram, just went viral. Everybody loved that one. It is such a magnificent color. Now I'm thinking this is my Drinks at Sunset that I have over in my side garden as well. This one is leaning over. This one, I think it's blackberry truffle or something like that, boysenberry truffle. That one is leaning over, got top heavy. This one is so pretty. This one's been blooming a long, long time. It was one of the first to open up, but look at the colors on that. The gold edging is just so pretty. And then this one too. This is one of the first ones to open up as well. So I have another iris over in the other portion of the entrance garden that is just the opposite. This is the darker blue and then this is the lighter blue. We'll go to see that in a moment. And this one is one of my old ones that's heavily scented. It smells like grape Kool-Aid. I have it in different spots throughout my gardens just so the scent is there. Not all iris are heavily scented. Okay, now I'm going to carefully try not to step on plants, but look at that one. Isn't that gorgeous? Let me see if I can find the name for you. No, I couldn't find the name, sadly. The tag must have gotten broken off, but all these along the outer edge, not all of them, but because not the grape Kool-Aid, but many of them I got at Sutton's, including the Australian rose. That's a real pretty one. That one was very loose. I think the gophers undermined it, so I need to, maybe I'll have to move it. I'm trying to move slow so I don't get this too jittery. Just beautiful. Now we can move on over to that section. The iris have been just outstanding this year. So here's that superstition again. So this one, obviously, since I also see an orange one about to bloom here, this is where I tossed some down that I was moving and never got back to them. So they are blooming in place, and then I can move them. Now, they probably were not buried. They were sitting on top of the soil. That tells you how tough iris can be. Now, this is a bit of a lighter color than the superstition, lighter purple. Now, here's that other one I was telling you about. We're going to go down the one side and then come back the other, but this is the one that has the darker purple petals on the bottom and the lighter at the top. So you can see that. And then a pretty blue one here. This blue one is also a vintage one, I do believe. Or maybe not. Might be one I got from Shriners. I'm trying to think the name of it. Anyways, there's a beautiful yellow, creamy yellow with white center, and there's another one here. Many of these I'm going to thin out this next fall. And then I'm getting some new colors to add to my collection. You can never have too many iris. And if you hadn't seen it yet, go back and watch my Shriners Iris Garden visit. It was just so inspiring. So look at this is my Huckleberry Fudge. It's been blooming for a few weeks, and or at least a couple weeks, just beautifully. Time is going by so fast, I'm losing track. Down here, this is Concertina. Isn't that beautiful? And then over here, this is I think this has got milk. That one I got from Sutton's Iris Garden. So this one is my Supreme Sultan. That one, I don't remember where I got that. I've had it for a long, long time. This one, I think is Insaniac, or I'll have to look it up. A friend of mine gave it to me. It reminds me of my Starship Enterprise, but it isn't. It's close. But look at this one. Isn't that beautiful? I think this is the same one. Now this one I do have the tag for, so I'm going to lean down and look at it so I can tell you the name of it. So this one is Vanilla Frappe. That fits, doesn't it? And then this one down here, I think it's been undermined by the gophers. It was straight up. So it does have a tag down there. I think this, oh, rats. I cannot remember what it's called. Again, I will lean down and look at the name. So this one is Coral Passion. Beautiful. I didn't have many pinks or corals when I ordered from Sutton's Iris Garden, so I tried to get plenty. So these are all planted together, which I think they would stand out more if they weren't so close together. So this one is called Home Again, I do believe. I'd have to compare it because my tags broke off. And then one of these is Barbara, My Love. Look at this one. But if you go to Sutton's Iris Garden, you can see them on the catalog. Now, I need to go look at the tag on that one and see what it is. And then another one down there at the end. So I'm going to back up a little bit. And this one, which is falling all over the place. Uh-oh, I just stepped on a piece. This one has the horns too that tip up on the ends. Let me see if I can get in there and have it focus for you. There. These on the beards, they tip up. And this one is Purple People Eater. And it's really increased. When it puts out new rhizomes or rhizomes, however you pronounce it, that's called increasing. And there's several in there. You can see there's a bare spot in the middle. That means I really need to divide this one. So this pink one is beautiful. The Purple People Eater I had gotten at Superstition Iris Gardens. And this pink one too, which I've lost the name. I have pictures on my computer with their names of the ones that I wrote down. So here's that light blue top and blue bottom again. I had to look to make sure I was pointing to the right one. Now this one over here, this one is called Paul Black. And I've noticed that it is a parent of many newer varieties. So it must be one that really has great genetics. So I'm back here to this edge of where the Sutton's Iris Garden one is, and I'm going to lean down and find the name of this one. So this one is called Magical. But you see how these are all kind of in the same tone? So I'm going to mix them in. I think they would be a beautiful contrast to the more purples and lavenders. So these will get moved this late summer. So I couldn't miss. My Clematis have been blooming for a few weeks just beautifully. I need to make a video and talk to you about these a little bit, and I will do so. I'll probably get my tripod out and do that as soon as I'm done with this walk. But over here is more. This is a vintage one, and these are coming up. These got thrown down. This one also has a nice scent, and this will be transplanted somewhere else. I'm putting in, I'm not sure. I had talked about a gravel garden here, and now I'm thinking maybe I'll do strawberries all through here because I would love to have a strawberry patch. And if they're all in one section, I can cover them and protect them from the birds. But this yellow one is gorgeous. Oh, here's another one with the little beards tipping up. Lovely. Obviously, there's plenty along here. This one is so gorgeous to me. I don't know why I think of a circus when I see this one. Now, I used to have a beautiful pink one in here, and I don't see it anymore. And I sent a piece of it to somebody, and I might need to ask for a rhizome back. So look at this. I like it has, if you can see the gold on the edge there. Now, I think this one is Orange King. And there's orange, but there's also like an amber color in it. That's so pretty. Here is one of my freckles. I've got several of these around. It's a vintage one from an old farmstead in Idaho that had been abandoned. And my cousin went and dug it up. But there's another yellow one. That one started way sooner, so it's getting almost done. So there's those irises. Now we're going to go down into the Rose Alley, which now I should call it right now the Iris Alley because it's just filled. After I thought about it, I thought I should walk down the outside edge of the entrance garden. I'm on the road. I live on a corner, but this is the Supreme Sultan. It's always very eye-catching. This is a hydrangea. This is my Zinfandel by Proven Winners. The deer have been pruning on it for me. I need to get some deer repellent out. But these are repeats, like this one down here you'll see in my alley, Rose Alley. And then, of course, that big patch of these. This whole patch, except for a few pieces, will get transplanted out. I'll give away the rhizomes to neighbors. And I'm going to plant, like I said, new colors in here. So let me see. I'm going to walk down. We'll see how steady I can be. Down to the Rose Alley. We'll go along the outside edge, and then we'll go right down the center. But here's that Orange King. Isn't that beautiful? that pop of color. So I think that's the only spot I have that one. We'll see. I've got so many blooming right now. Now this one was the very first one to start blooming in all the different colors. I had my dark purple that always bloomed first, but you can see the one is spent there, so I need to cut that stalk down. And then down in here, there's another freckles again. Now this one is a soft peachy tone. Now I had one that used to be orange and white. It reminded me of a creamsicle, and I don't see it anymore. It seems like it has disappeared. Now this one is, what do they call it? Era something. Era, oh, I can't remember of it. Anyways, they are always smaller. They bloom, and they're very hardy. Boy, I wish I could remember the name. It's a type of iris. So here's another one of my grape-scented ones. Like I said, I plant them throughout the garden. And I do believe this is my superstition. My peony. This is my bowl of beauty. Look how it's just going to be going crazy really, really soon. This is a vintage yellow iris. I got this from a friend who'd had it for 50 years. And I put it here. There's more in the back. Now this one right here is always the last to bloom, and I always forget what it looks like. I do have pictures, but I'm always thrilled with it. So look at this. This is a Nepeta that up at the garden center, one of the employees there, we call him Farmer John, nicknamed him. Anyways, he gave me this. This is white, but look how massive. This thing is 3.5 feet tall. So we'll see. It's gotten much bigger this year than it ever has. So we'll see how it does. Now my foxgloves are beginning to bloom, and some of my roses. So let's go on up to the beginning of the alley garden, rose alley. So this is the first arbor of the rose alley. You see the sun's coming out, shining against Primrose Cottage. And back here I have one of my Supreme Sultans. And it's doing fine back there. Now this Clematis is coming from back there by that Supreme Sultan, but it's grown forward, and I'm thrilled. Look at that. This is Belle of Walking. But again, back to the iris. This is all about the iris. I will do another rose alley tour. So this is boysenberry truffle, something boysenberry. I always forget the name. I think I have it stored on my computer. This one is Persian Prince. Isn't that beautiful? So I think I'll go down one side and then the other, or do we want to go side to side? I don't know. Decisions. This one right here is Prince George. And it's very tough to find right now. But I have one on this side and one on the other side. There's this yellow and purple one. I think this is so striking with those two colors. And this one is the subtlety of this one is beautiful. Now these along here, I think the majority of them I got at Superstition Iris Gardens here in California. They have a Facebook page. I think they have a website now. But look at this one on this side. Just beautiful. You hear the mountain chickadee? It's that whistle that goes low and then high. So here's another freckles and Persian Prince. Here's that one. I tried to do the same on each side so it had some symmetry, though I think I'm gonna dig out some to replace. There's a lupin in there. I got at the Shriners Iris Garden, they had lots of lupin planted with the iris, which was really pretty. So over here, this is my Starship Enterprise. Look at how beautifully bright that is. I told you the one up there was very similar. This one is a Shriners Iris Garden one, the blue. I think it's Elise's, something like that. More of the purple. This one back here is my Champagne Elegance. It's been blooming a while. I need to deadhead. Now one fell over, so I need to get in there and prop it up. So back over here. I'm loving that I have them all along here thickly because it really makes the rose alley pop. Have a lot of color until the roses get going. So here's one rose, my Zephyrin Druin. It's going. We still haven't got the trellis from the eave yet done. That's a project to come. Over here, there is a pink one in here. There was. I'm not sure. I don't see it. It was really pretty. Anyways, this orange one. Look at this one. This isn't the one that I said reminded me of a creamsicle. That one had more white, but it still is just, it just glows. So there's all the way to the road. More of the boysenberry truffle. I keep saying that hesitantly. I'll just take a quick look to see my Crown Princess Margaretta rose. Funny enough, this is where I had tossed all my extras of my Starship Enterprise and didn't move them, and they rooted right in place. Where I tossed them right on top of the soil. They just rooted down and are doing fine. I will dig those up. But look at this one. This one opened up yesterday or the day before. Isn't that unusual? So all along here, I have to tell you the scent is amazing. All these irises, not all of them are heavily scented, but with so many of them blooming, you get a beautiful perfume. So they continue on. These are repeats down through here. And I have a whole video on how I plant iris successfully. I just got caught on the chair, excuse me. And then what I do in after they're done blooming, I probably will redo it because, oops, sorry, I was a jerk. Stepped down off the wall. Because I'm trying to improve upon my videoing for you so it comes across better sound. Some of my old videos, the sound is really kind of, it's like fingernails on a chalkboard. It's, anyways, just trust me. I'm trying to get better at it, so I'll improve on my videos. So here's the back garden. Now this used to be as filled with iris as the rose alley, and the gophers this winter were devastated just about everything back here. So this has been the project for this spring. I've been working in here, and as you can see, I'm putting in irrigation. But there are a few irises that are back here. I'll show you one close up that's over here. Now let me go this way. So I know you will forgive the less than done look of this garden back here because it's been, it's kind of faded, doggone. I'll have to get another video when these new ones open up so that you can see it in all its real beauty. So this one is the same one that's over by the Primrose Cottage. And this one is similar to Prince George, but the beard is a different color. And there is one over behind the bench here. I'm loving these benches. I got this at Home Depot. I have one in front and one back here. But I really like them, and they're a reasonable price. Well, yeah, this one's done. This one had bloomed quite well. And I don't see, I think one more is coming up. One more right here. But like I said, this used to be a huge patch and the gophers ate them. So I'm hoping this one increases over the summer. I need to put out some gopher repellent, gopher trap, anything to really reduce the population. They have been a complete nuisance and really bad. They've caused a lot of damage, costly damage. So I really hoped you enjoyed my iris tour. This is the peak. So they're going to start blooming out, meaning there's going to be less and less bloom for the next couple weeks, but I'll still be getting some bloom, and they'll still be pretty. I will dig up a few already, even though I should wait a few weeks, in areas where I need to plant other things where they had grown into that I hadn't divided them out yet. But don't worry, they will still bloom next year if I get them planted somewhere or given to someone who can plant them. And make sure to go on back and see the Shriners Iris Garden Tour that I took. It was really beautiful and very inspiring. There's a few things there, some supports that I would really like to try to make myself. So, okay, now I really am leaving. I will see you in my next video.